a hypocrite. In my honest opinion, he really was. I didn't find anything about him to be healing. He insulted African American women on a consistent basis. One of his last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that, that you're no good and disposable. To me, it was a shock jock. And, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality, rest in peace.
Yeah, yeah, gosh, something wrong here.
Okay, I have some time on my hands. I have previously I have previously recorded a video regarding Vivica Fox's BBL, okay, a Brazilian butt lift. Now, I don't even know why they call it that shit anymore, okay? I don't even know why. I have had a long storied history of clapping, just trolling the shit out of the BBL, okay? I've been trolling that shit out since the 90s or something. I've been busting jokes. And I hate when, you sisters make me a fucking prophet and shit, okay? My non-select fucking ass and shit. Super non-select. Then body count you wouldn't believe. I hate it. So this is going to be an episode of Nope, okay? Because that's the one where I get bitches and shit. I started with Glorilla and shit. And here today we have Vivica A. Fox's fucked up ass that looks like some chewed up gum. It's not even a good BBL. You think she would be able to get a good fucking, fake ass and shit. It's like really garbage. It looked like it was someone done on the fly, like one of those back alley rooms and shit. And even the chick that was doing that shit in back alley rooms, that trans woman, had one hell of an ass and shit for a weirdo and a freak. She had the ass. She should have been selling that ass to people, and that fix a flat ass. And Vivica Fox got the spearmint chewed up gum of asses and shit. She has skinny fucking legs, and this shit is misshapen. It looks like it's not even symmetrical, And she has like a wide waist now, and her waist, the width of your waist and ass should not match your shoulder width and shit. From her shoulders to her, like the bottom of her BBL, that is a perfect square. No, not a square, a rectangle. A rectangle. I was shitty at math, but I can see a rectangle. Okay, I'm a creative. Okay, I'm an artist. I'm an artist and a bunch of other shit. Okay, I am a multitasker. I'm a jack of all trades, and I'm a master of a couple of them actually. And shit, I just don't have the resources to go as far as I would like. Sometimes I think it's a good idea. But today we're gonna talk about Vivica Fox's ass and shit. Now I'm trying to think if I would have relations with her, and it's like in a resounding no. Okay, the resounding negative. I thought something was wrong with her physical appearance when she did Independence Day, because there was a scene there where she was getting, she had just finished stripping in a very protected, very brave of her to go out on the stage like that and do that number for Roland Emmerich, and it's a seminal blockbuster. She goes in the back room and is changing her clothes, and you see a side profile of her in her stripper gear, and she has this big letter, this dimple in the side of her ass that's shaped like a letter J. It's a very sharp letter J, and it's like her butt looked deflated. Okay, back in the day, right when she probably should have got a BBL back in the day and shit. you know, the thighs don't match, and they haven't got smart enough where, some women are smart and they just gain a bunch of weight. They do a bunch of carbs and shit and gain a bunch of weight. Do fat transfers to their legs so that the shit don't look fucked up. Okay? Having lived where I lived for a minute, I've been with a ton of women that had implants and shit. Okay? Some of them shits look fucked up, and some of them, I had a chick tell me she had implants after we broke up for some fucking reason. Okay? Some fucking reason. This chick was show stopping, visually speaking. Okay, she was cool. Obviously not a black chick, and she was a woman of Latin descent. Okay, was not a Mexican woman, but we were cool. And after we broke up, she told me she had like had her boobs done down in TJ for like $500. I like this shit. Vivica Fox. If I knew that, that ex sneaky link of mine. If I still knew her number. And I would have called up and got that surgeon's name and slipped into Vivica Fox. Her shit is fucked up. And she has like a big fucking head now. Somehow her head's inflated. Her face is real fucking fat. And women talk shit, but like she has access to things that regular women don't have. And regular women look better than her fucking ass. Even somebody's grandma out there who's still, hobbling their ass to the club and shit can get more, play than Vivica now. She looks fucked up. I don't know if she has some self-hatred issues. She's been mad as fuck for years and shit. And I want to preference why I would talk about her like that is because of the messed up shit she said about black men over the years and her enjoyment, her nasty, tone-deaf, assessment of Kevin Samuels' life and no offer of sympathy and shit. Any women that did that on my hit list and shit, let's put it that way, verbally speaking, right? She looks fucked up. She's not fuckable. Okay, she's have a face. When she got with 50 Cent, I thought to myself, I would never fuck that chick. I'm not following 50 Cent and shit. You take that how you want. I would not follow that guy. And then when I look at her, I think about this fucked up look she has today, and I also think about the fact that when they broke up, 50 Cent and somebody was pressing him about it, and he got mad and he said, I tried to post this shit on YouTube, snatch it down. Okay, YouTube will not let me post that clip as part of my video where he said she mad because I let her lick my asshole and some shit. And Vivica Fox is the first woman that I can recall ever doing that, what they call eating the groceries. So every time I see her, I'd be like, that she's nasty, okay? She is the first 0K0 that I know of some black woman doing some shit like that. I have white friends, Mexican friends, Asian friends. They never told me. They've been with some bust downs in their communities. They never told me no shit like that. Okay? I know a dude that was kept by an actress and shit. I can't say her name. And she didn't do shit like that. She was into some insane shit. Okay? But Vivica Fox stuck her face in this dude's ass and put her tongue in places. Right? Imagine that shit. And like every time, like she was with some guy, I never seen a picture of her kissing no dude or nothing. Maybe they're out there, but I like to imagine that like the optimistic person in me is like any guy that dates her has that shit in his head that she licked 50 Cent's asshole and shit. Try to put a finger in there. So, like she's nasty and gross, and she shouldn't be talking about some of the shit she was talking about. And she should stay out of places that didn't. I would have more respect if she never was on Fox, that Fox shit. The Bitter Bitches Club. I would have more respect if she never fucked with Ice Cube or Kevin Samuels and shit. Okay, but she did, and so today we're gonna talk about her fucked up booty and shit. Her booty is fucked up. It looks fucked up. It's misshapen. She's misshapen. I'm like, damn, bitch. I will never have a BBL or any of that kind of shit, okay? Whatever, I'm a guy. Yeah. Born and raised. I love women. I'm heterosexual as fuck. Okay? Open-minded as fuck. Look, I know at least 2 trans women that one of them fully trans and had their wiener and everything turned into the other shit. And that woman that I know, bootleg chick, my friend, who transitioned to shit, looks more like a woman than you. If you guys are walking side by side, a bunch of dudes will be tapping you on the shoulder and passing their card, their number, saying, hey, tell old girl, get this old girl for me. Yeah, I know who you are. Then we seen your chewed up bubble gum in the back. It's fucked up. Her ass is fucked up. How can she walk out like that? She went somewhere and she was wearing this white outfit and shit, and I think she was wearing some kind of sneakers or something. She had that old lady walk, like that real careful walk. You want to fuck you, break your hip or knees and shit. And I was like, don't go out like that, bitch. I hate your ass. You get on my nerves, but I don't want to see you like that. Okay, I think it's funny that she's talking about she's looking for love in her goddamn 60s, but she disrespected so many men, especially the guy that married her, the industry plant guy that they got to marry her and shit, who she could barely say anything about other than she didn't really know him. She just wanted to be married to some big, ham bone red bone guy, with a fat head. They look like Chicago type nigga and shit. I seen that dude. I was like, who the fuck is that guy? I don't get down in black circles like that and shit. Okay, I'm black. I'm black first and shit. Trust me on that. But growing up non-selecting, criminally, assaulted and bullied and shit for a good, portion of my fucking life. I get a certain level of freedom to walk between worlds and shit. If for lack of a better term. Okay, ain't leaving nobody behind or disrespecting no communities or nothing. I believe my motherfucking people why I wouldn't make these goddamn videos and shit. And her ass is fucked up. Her booty is fucked up. Okay, this fucker, she need to do something about that shit. She should have been taking some Ozempic and shit. A couple of needles of that shit to drop some weight. And then had to, did the fat transfer. She could take some of that fat from her big ass head and put it in her thighs, man. Like, fill your thighs out at least, man, and have a definable waist. What kind of guy does she think she gonna get? Okay, she gonna get Uncle Pookie. Okay, Uncle Pookie at the cookout. He don't care. He's the guy. He got his own baby wipes. He gonna ripe up that post-surgery chub rub and shit. Where you can see her spinal column delineated in that shit. He's gonna wipe that out with his own wipes and just throw it down on the floor of the grass and hit that shit proper, man. Whether he can reach or not. That's your options. Okay, that's your options. I don't want to give you a rating and shit. Okay, I'm gonna give you 1.5 White Castle boxes for this ass. This shit is crooked. It's not on right. It's not on right, Vivica. If you're so proud of your new body, then you can show it off a little bit better, okay? Okay, you want some YNs. They call it young niggas YNs, okay? I think that's derogatory and a slur, personally, but it's what they do, They get to do whatever they want and abuse and terrorize everyone emotionally and physically and mentally and spiritually and shit, and they don't want you to do nothing. If you cough a little bit, they claim victimhood and shit. So here I make this video for, my audience, okay? Your fucked up booty, that you need to recall that bitch, okay? You need to call somebody up and have them come pick that up and shit. Just put that shit in the Amazon box. Put that shit in the Amazon box, man. Just send it back, okay? You got the wrong booty, okay? It don't fit. You need to get some Ozempic, man, big time. You need to lose some weight and I don't know, talk to a doctor about why your head is inflated now, okay? We can't do nothing about your face, okay? All right, you can't do nothing about that, okay? You can wear one of those masks those dudes wear in Chicago when they're going to shoot somebody. Ski mask with the little skeleton print on outside. Just your eyes and, showing. You can wear that. Then, like, Uncle Pookie can hit that shit properly. You don't have to worry about looking at your face or seeing that shit in the mirror and stoning up like, Medusa was looking at him and shit. Hopefully downstairs instead of his whole body. But, they enjoy Uncle Pookie at the cookout, man. Now you can sit on his lap. Maybe sit at an ankle so you don't pop one of them balloons down there. You can go back to Miami and get them at least make it symmetrical. The cheeks don't match. They're like wobbly and fucked off. And then you got that old lady walk. What you gonna do about them fucked up kneecaps? Next time you take your ass down there for some corrective surgery, maybe get a knee replacement, a hip replacement or something, man. Do something constructive with your life instead of fucking around and shit. This is the life of a bust down misandrist and shit. You're not even a real hater of black men. You're just disappointed and you hate yourself and you keep shitting on other people instead of stoning up and looking in the fucking mirror and shit. I'm done here, boys. Okay? Kings, sorry. Ain't no boys over here. Alright? Kings and princes and shit, okay? Alright, love you guys. Not even gonna do the outro and shit. Not gonna do the outro. Fuck this shit. I can't hit it. I can't fuck, man. I'm looking at it. I got it blown up and shit. I'm looking at it. She's like standing with one of her legs kind of like she's walking. There's a guy with his hand on his back. She needs that guy just to walk. about like 6 feet over because her knees is knocking. And I'm like, shit, bitch, go take a vacation, relax and shit, get a massage, chill your ass out, start using the treadmill, really slowly at first, drinking lots of water, take your Ozempic and shit, drop some weight, and just gradually do it and shit. Now, why you fuck yourself up? Now, anyway, whatever. Everybody that fucks you after you put your, mouth on, you know, while you were playing toilet and shit, role playing, you were the toilet and 50 Cent was, he's reading newspaper and shit. You know, you already hit the wall before your prime and shit, okay? Career wise and shit. You hit your prime before you made Independence Day. No cap here. This is my true opinion and feelings about it, okay? I went over like 14 minutes of this shit. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this. I like women with nice, back quarters and shit. Just a standard brother, I suppose. I have other, you know, feelings about female aesthetic and what I find aesthetically pleasing. This whole thing has been about the male gaze being allowed to run free and speak freely and shit, okay, without looking over our shoulder. And I wouldn't care if there's a woman standing right here looking over my shoulder as it is and shit. Can I ask my ex-wife? She know I didn't give a fuck. I never lied to her one goddamn day of our marriage. And, I think she appreciates that shit. She wouldn't give a fuck if I was sitting here looking at Vivica's Fox's ass and shit, okay? So, I don't know what's gonna happen for this woman, sad, pathetic woman going forward and shit. I guess it'd be an OnlyFans page or something. Now I'll look that up, okay? I want to see what the damage, without the pants and, the diaper on and shit. I would like to see how fucked up it is and shit, because I want to know who the fuck did that shit. That's somebody, that's a side job for whoever that plastic surgeon. That's his side hustle and shit. He work at his mother's brother's cleaners. I'm sorry. This shit is fucked up. Just a C-list celebrity.
When I say a partner, I want someone that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's not intimidated by who and what I am.
Yeah.
That likes to travel.
Yeah.
Going to let me go shopping.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like you just spoke it into existence.
I hope so, girlfriend.
I feel like you just
So you got, and I'm taking applications.
Oh,
so if you got a friend.
Okay.
I'm good.
We'll be all.
And I don't discriminate. He can be. I'm not against different nationalities. Then you know that too.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Say, why don't you pick on somebody your own disposition?
Oh, please, Mr. Barroom Brawler. Don't hurt me or anything like that.